We are going to see logarithmic decrement, derivation for logarithmic decrement, then pre-damp vibration with Coulomb damping. Logarithmic decrement, it is represented by delta. Logarithmic decrement is relevant to underdamped system. So the rate of decay of amplitude is measured by parameter is known as logarithmic decrement. So here logarithmic decrement measure the rate of decay of the amplitude in the system. Logarithmic decrement is defined as natural logarithmic of the ratio of any two successive amplitudes on the same side of the mean position. So we see here displacement versus time plot for underdamped system. Here x1, x2, x3 and xn are the amplitudes at the time t1, t2, t3 and tn respectively. Here time period is equal to 2 pi by omega d. Here omega d is damped natural frequency. So logarithmic decrement you can write mathematically delta is equal to log to the base e x1 divided by x2. So here x1 is initial amplitude and x2 is next successive amplitude. So it is a ratio of two successive amplitudes. You can write time period Tp is equal to T2 minus T1. So time period is equal to 2 pi by omega d. So we put the omega d is equal to under root of 1 minus zeta square into omega n. Amplitude at time t1 is x1 is equal to x e raised to minus zeta omega n t1 into sin omega d t1 plus phi. Then amplitude at time t2 is x2 is equal to x e raised to minus zeta omega n t2 into sin omega d t2 plus phi. So we put here t2 is equal to t1 plus tp. We know that time period is equal to tp is equal to t2 minus t1. Then we put Tp is equal to 2 pi by omega d. So we can write x2 is equal to x e raised to minus zeta omega n in bracket t1 plus Tp into sin omega d t1 plus omega d into 2 pi by omega d plus pi. Here omega d get cancelled. So we get x2 is equal to x e raised to minus zeta omega n in bracket t1 plus tp into sin omega d t1 plus 2 pi plus phi. So we can write x2 is equal to x e raised to minus zeta omega n in bracket t1 plus tp into sin omega d t1 plus phi. So we take the ratio of the amplitudes x1 divided by x2. So we put the values of x1 and x2. Here x and sin term get cancelled. We get x1 by x2 is equal to e raised to minus zeta omega n in bracket t1 minus t1 minus tp. So we get e raised to zeta omega n into tp. So we know that delta is equal to log to the base e x1 divided by x2. We put the values of x1 divided by x2 in this equation. We get delta is equal to log to the base e raised to zeta omega n tp. So we get zeta omega n tp. So we put time period tp is equal to 2 pi by omega d. So we get delta is equal to zeta omega n 2 pi divided by omega d is under root of 1 minus zeta square into omega n. So here omega n get cancelled. So we get delta is equal to 2 pi zeta divided by under root of 1 minus zeta square. This is the equation for logarithmic decrement. So logarithmic decrement depends upon the damping factor or damping ratio. we can also write delta is equal to log to the base e x0 by x1 is equal to log to the base e x1 by x2 is equal to log to the base e xn minus 1 divided by xn. So we know that logarithmic decrement is the ratio of two successive amplitudes. So we add this term, this n term, when we add there will be multiplication. So we can write n delta is equal to log to the base e x0 by x1 plus log to the base e x1 by x2 plus log to the base e x2 divided by x3 plus log to the base e xn minus 1 divided by xn. So we can write n delta is equal to log to the base e x0 by x1 into x1 by x2, x2 by x3, xn minus 1 divided by xn. So all these intermediate term get cancelled, x1, x1, x2, x2. Then we get n delta is equal to log to the base e x0 by xn. So we can write delta is equal to 1 by n log to the base e x0 by xn, where x0 is initial amplitude and xn is the amplitude after n cycle, and here n is the number of cycles. 3 damp vibration with Coulomb damping. We know that Coulomb damping is occurs when two dry or unlubricated surfaces slide against each other. So damping force, that is friction force, is constant in magnitude but opposite in direction to that of the motion of the vibrating body. So we consider spring mass system with mass sliding on dry surface. Let mu be the coefficient of friction between two surfaces. In half cycle, mass moves from left to right, and another half cycle mass moves from right to left. So first we see mass moves from left to right. So we draw the free body diagram of displaced mass. We see what are the forces acting on the mass. A spring force K into X, friction force F in opposite direction of velocity, N is reaction, W is the weight, then inertia force opposite to the acceleration. So we write the equation of motion for the system. We apply the D'Alembert's principle. Inertia force plus external force acting on the system must be equal to 0. So we can write inertia force mx double dot plus spring force kx plus friction force F is equal to 0. Then the mass moves from right to left. So we draw the free body diagram of displaced mass. We see the forces acting on the mass, spring force K into X, then friction force F in opposite direction of velocity, then inertia force opposite to acceleration. So we write the equation of motion for the system. Mx double dot plus kx minus f is equal to 0. So then we see to determine the rate of decay of the amplitude, that is loss of amplitude per cycle. So we see the figure here. Mass displaced from the mean position and goes to right extreme position. So x is the amplitude of vibration. Then mass displaced from mean position and goes to left extreme position, x be the amplitude of vibration. Here mass moves from right extreme to left extreme position. Because of Coulomb damping, the amplitude of vibration will be decreased. So xb is less than xa. So total energy of the system at extreme right position we can write UA is equal to half kxa square, where xa is the amplitude of vibration at right extreme position. Total energy of the system at extreme left position, we can write UB is equal to half kxb square, where xb is the amplitude of vibration at left extreme position. So loss of energy in half cycle, we can write delta U is equal to UA minus UB is equal to half kx square minus half kxb square. So we can write delta U is equal to half k in bracket xa square minus xb square. So loss of energy due to work done against the frictional force, it means the loss of energy is due to the work done against the frictional force. We can write work done W is equal to force into distance travel. So here distance travel xa plus xb. So we can write loss of amplitude in half cycle, loss of energy is equal to work done against friction. So we can write delta U is equal to W. So we can write delta U half k in bracket xa plus xb in bracket xa minus xb is equal to the W is f into xa plus xb. So xa plus xb get cancelled. So we get xa minus xb is equal to 2f by k. So loss of amplitude in one cycle, we can write delta is equal to 4f by k. Here delta represents loss of amplitude, F is the friction force and k is the spring stiffness. So in Coulomb damping, the difference between any two successive amplitudes is constant and is delta is equal to 4f by k. Thank you.